welcome. This is Samina Nalwala, and Agam and me will take you through all the market action on FNO Spotlight. But before and bigger that is a conversation with the management of Hindustan Aeronautics. We have with us the CFO, CB Ananthakrishnan, in a mega NDTV exclusive in conversation with us. But sir, just before we do that, we have a pleasant surprise for you, which I want to quickly play, and then of course we'll come back to this conversation.
ऐसा है कि हमारी सरकार ने मैक्सिमम इकोनॉमिक रिफॉर्म्स किए हैं और प्रो एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप पॉलिसीज हमारी इकोनॉमी को बहुत बड़ा बल देती हैं और स्वाभाविक है, हर कोई आएगा। हम 25,000 से यात्रा शुरू की थी, 75,000 पहुँचे हैं। ये अपने आप में दुनिया में हमारी इज्जत का प्रतिष्ठा भी बढ़ती है। दूसरा, जितने ज़्यादा सामान्य नागरिक इस फील्ड में आते हैं, इतनी इकोनॉमी को बहुत बड़ा बल मिलता है जी, बहुत बड़ा मिलता है। और मैं तो चाहता हूँ हर नागरिक के मन में थोड़ी रिस्क टेकिंग कैपेसिटी बढ़नी चाहिए।
एब्सोल्युटली,
ये बहुत ज़रूरी होता है। सोच सोच करके ये क्या करूँगा, ऐसी ज़िंदगी जीने से बात बनती नहीं है। और 4 जून जैसा आपने कहा, जिस दिन चुनाव का नतीजा आएगा, आप उस हफ्ते भर में देखना कि यानी भारत का स्टॉक मार्केट के लिए उसके सारे जो उनके प्रोग्रामिंग के जो प्रोग्रामिंग वाले सारे उनके थक जाएंगे
जी बिल्कुल।
अब आप देखिए पीएसयूज की कंपनियों का शेयर कहाँ पहुँचा है आज।
बिल्कुल
ना, पीएसयू के शेयर तो गिरना उसका वो ना उसका मतलब ही होता था गिरना।
हाँ, ये मेरा ख्याल हुआ है कि पीएसयू तो बंद करने की तरफ आप जाएंगे, लेकिन अब तो पीएसयू
नहीं, स्टॉक मार्केट में उसका वैल्यू बढ़ रहा है जी।
बिल्कुल,
अनेक गुना बढ़ रहा है जी।
बिल्कुल,
नेटवर्क में बर्थ उनकी जो है वो भी बढ़ी है जी। तो मैं अब HAL देख लीजिए, जिसको ये लोग जाकर के जुलूस निकाले थे, मजदूरों को एक करके भड़काने की कोशिश की, आज HAL इस गति से चौथी तिमाही में उसने रिकॉर्ड प्रॉफिट किया है जी। HAL 4,000 करोड़ का प्रॉफिट।
And the man behind that profit is going to be talking to us very shortly, CB Ananthakrishnan of HAL. We will try and connect with him in a minute to understand what lies ahead for the company. The stock performance has been phenomenal. Earnings have been record. Brokerages are very optimistic on the counter. You're seeing a 2% gain on a day when the broader markets are looking quiet. But over the last 6 months itself, HAL has had a multi-digit gain on its stock price, up about, I think it was 100% in terms of returns on HAL. It's been one of the best performing PSU stocks for good reason, from what we can see. Well, we'll talk to the management in a minute, but just to give you a sense, the likes of UBS and Jefferies believe that we could see an order book increase of over 25% on HAL in FY25. Margins are expected to improve as well. They could be seeing a pickup in large military orders due to a depleting fleet, a robust supply chain, which is ready as well. We'll get a sense of how HAL is competing with global suppliers when it, of course, provides and makes those fighter aircraft. So the future is ready. And of course, the Prime Minister hailing HAL in terms of the kind of good work that the company has done. CB Ananthakrishnan is now with us. Good morning, sir. Thank you very, very much for joining us. Just before we came to you, we had an exclusive conversation with the Prime Minister where he hailed HAL and hailed you for the good work that you've done at HAL. The company has recorded earnings, profitability, investors are happy. I mean, across the board, there is cheer, and you represent the PSU basket in some sense. And of course, I want to start by talking about your earnings. It's been a record-breaking quarter for HAL on top line, bottom line, order book. As we go into FY25, and of course, beyond FY25 as well, this is a multi-year story for a company like yourself. Guide us with what sort of expectations you have for HAL in terms of revenue growth and order book. 50% of your order book, I believe, comes in from manufacturing. What is it that you're working with? Okay, so I think we'll have to come back to you. There's a little bit of a struggle, I guess, when you're trying to do a long distance conversation in Bangalore. Sometimes tech doesn't support you, but yeah, Agam, you've been reading out about the specific products about the company, right? And the pipeline looks.
So, Samina, actually, I was just going through how things have panned out for Hindustan Aeronautics. Now, over the last 5 years, they firstly got a very large order book when it comes to Tejas. Tejas is, of course, that light aircraft. Well, the key takeaway here is that while they did get those orders over the course of the last 3 to 4 years, the execution of orders has been slotted for perhaps later on in FY25 and FY26, the delivery of which will happen then, which also gives the company a substantial runway, a considerable amount of visibility going forward. And, that, of course, is something which is playing out in favor of the company. This also means that there will be, good reading of revenues, and of course we're also looking at least one broking house which is suggesting that its order book could grow by as much as 3 times over the course of the next 3 years for Hindustan Aeronautics. And of course, we also had updates from the DRDO where the suggestion is that there's going to be a lot more in terms of Atmanirbharta when it comes to the Indian defense space. And that also means that there's going to be more outlay when it comes to the defense sector, the beneficiary of which is, among many, Hindustan Aeronautics. And as we know about the very strong order book coming through, so, well, that's something which continues to play in favor of the company.
Right, I believe we have the man himself back again. Ananthakrishnan, sorry, I think there is a little bit of a technical problem, but I wanted to start by first complimenting you. Every investor is a very happy investor. HAL has had a record quarter in terms of earnings. We also heard the Prime Minister in an exclusive conversation hailing the performance of HAL, and of course the man at the helm of it is none other than you. Tell us about what lies ahead for HAL. It's been a journey. It's been a journey of sorts. The last 5 years have been very significant for your company. Looking at the next 5 to 10 years, what is the sort of guidance that you're expecting or you're putting out for yourself in terms of order book, manufacturing? I believe you're looking to diversify as well across maintenance, repair, and overhaul of commercial aircrafts. So help us, just wrap that up for us. Tell us what lies ahead in FY25 and, of course, the roadmap for HAL over the next few years.
Yeah. Good morning, and thank you for this opportunity. And we are also grateful to the Honorable Prime Minister for his words of appreciation, which will be a real morale booster for all our team HAL. And we expect the trust and confidence which he has, we'll be able to fulfill to his fullest satisfaction. That apart, HAL has been showing a very robust growth consistently for the last 4 to 5 years. And we have been on a single-digit growth, and we have always projected that we will be onto a double-digit growth from FY25 onwards. But in fact, we have preponed that by a year, and we could show a double-digit growth in FY24 itself. And that shows the resilience which HAL has got and the commitment which HAL has got towards its various stakeholders. And as you are aware, the outstanding order book position as of FY24 is somewhere around 94,000 crores. And we expect this order book to swell to 1,25,000 crores by FY25, with the accretion of another 45,000 crores of orders which are there in the pipeline, which will all get materialized in the next 3 to 6 months time frame. That apart, we are also having very clear visibility of our future orders, that is for a period of 1 year beyond and up to 3 year time frame, where we have got this additional 97 LCA Mark 1A, and then around 150 numbers of LCH combat helicopters, and then the various other programs which are running through. There is very clear visibility of an additional 2 lakh crores, which would mean that almost 3.5 lakh crores of order visibility is there as of today. And with our present growth rate of around the double-digit growth rate of around 13%, the momentum will be continued and the growth story will continue as far as HAL is concerned for the next 5 to 6 year time frame. And the order book as of now, and with visibility of almost further order book, we will be in a position to execute all of this up to 2032 with the current growth rate momentum being maintained.
Right. So I want to quickly get a sense from you on margins as well and how you compete with the other global players. On margins, there's been a very clear improvement this quarter. Again, record margins for HAL on back of cost optimization and operational efficiency. Going into the next couple of years, can we expect margins to only improve from these levels, or there's a better chance that you would sustain these margins?
Yeah, today the operating margin is somewhere between 18 to 20%. In fact, last year it has been 20%. There was some abnormal income of almost 1,500 crores, which is the pricing which has been refixed for the LCS, which has already been delivered. And so that has added and helped our margin to have a very healthy growth. But that apart, we are very confident that with our execution plan and then with our mix of both manufacturing as well as our repair and overall platforms, so we will be in a position to maintain this operating margin at 20% at the minimum, and then the EBITDA margin can be at around 30 to 33% depending on what level of interest income will add to that. Broadly, if you see, the operating margin is around 20 plus 7% is our depreciation and amortization, and then the other 6% will add on to 5 to 6% will add on to our interest income, which means that around 33% is 30 to 33% we will be, the EBITDA margin will range between this 30 to 33%, and I mean this is sustainable and we will be able to maintain at this level.
Right, sir. So from our understanding is that the first set of delivery of when it comes to the LCA Mk1A is set to come through over the next couple of quarters. So can you give us an idea or some timelines with respect to execution and deliveries over the course of FY25, and also what FY26 could look like when it comes to deliveries?
Yeah, we have started, started delivering this LCA Mark 1A. We should be starting from commencing from the current financial year. In fact, last year we should have started towards the end of March, but we will be now delivering it in the before July. The first aircraft is expected to be delivered before July, and for the as far as the contracted delivery schedule, 16 numbers of aircraft are supposed to be delivered in the current financial year, and year on year we are to deliver 16 numbers. In fact, we are trying to expedite these our delivery schedules by opening up a third line where we are trying to enhance our capacity from 16 to 24, which would speed up the delivery of this Mark 1A aircraft. And we are expecting to complete the contracted the deliveries of this Mark 1A by 1 year in advance. And as far as the additional orders towards Mark 1A, that will get executed subsequently. And on the helicopter front, we will be delivering again 25 ALH is something we have received it in the month of March, out of which 6 has already been delivered, and we will be delivering the balance helicopters also in the current year. So the execution for the next 3 to 4 years also will be there as per the contracted delivery schedules which we have signed with the customers, and wherever we need to augment the capacity to see that these deliveries are happening, we are augmenting the capacities, and we are sure that the delayed deliveries will be a thing of the past, and HAL will be consistently been delivering as per the contracted delivery schedule.
Sir, you told us about the order book that stands at record levels as well. Now, what about capacity? Are you going to be investing in capacity? Because in order to fulfill this order book and the fact that you're also competing in the marketplace, you will have to build on capacity. Can you share with us your capacity expansion plans currently?
Yeah, capacity is not going to be a constraint at all, because we have planned well in advance that anticipating these orders to materialize, we have started augmenting our capacities. Like for instance, in case of LCA Tejas Mark 1A, the earlier capacity was 16 numbers. In fact, we started with 8 numbers, then we augmented it to 16 numbers when the contract for 83 LCA Mark 1A was getting signed. But now that we have wanted to see that the deliveries are expedited, we have also opened a third line in Nashik, and that line is expected to become operational sometime in the month of October of this current financial year. So which means that we wanted to roll out the first aircraft from our Nashik production line in the current financial year, and from next year we expect the deliveries. We wanted to see that the deliveries are enhanced from 16 numbers. We wanted, our target is 24, but definitely we would like to see that a minimum of 20 aircrafts as LCA Tejas is being delivered from 25-26, and we will see to it that 24 numbers are reached in the next 1 to 2 year time frame. This is as far as the helicopters are concerned, aircraft is concerned. As far as the helicopters are concerned, as you know that we have also started a new helicopter factory in Tumkuru, where we have got a capacity to start with the 30 numbers. We are into the phase 2 of expansion, which would mean that the capacities can be increased from 30 to 60 numbers to take care of the future requirement, and a peak capacity load of 90 numbers can be reached with further investment investments in the Tumkuru facility. And similarly, we have also realized that to support all these platforms, we need to strengthen our accessories and avionics divisions. We are also putting in the various capital infusions into these divisions to see that these divisions also keep the supply chain is not getting constrained by the capacities of these accessories and avionics. So all in all, we are seeing that to the extent possible that the capacities will not become a constraint. In fact, we can take up much more. We are also planning ahead for catering to our export orders as well. So we will be in a position to deliver with our existing capacity, and with the plan for enhancement in the next 2 to 3 years, capacity is not going to be a constraint at all.
Curiosity when it comes to exports. Now, we understand that you being in a very unique business at the moment, of course, India being considering a substantial of your order book. Going ahead when it comes to markets abroad, so what is the opportunity here? Where is it that there is an chance to exploit that market? And what is the thought process as far as the company is concerned?
Yeah, in fact, we have started very aggressively marketing in the global aerospace market in the last 2 to 3 year time frame only. And we have also today got a range of our own products which we can offer to the global customers, which will be of interest to them. And we are also taking certain aggressive measures in terms of opening the marketing offices in the various regions, also engaging the channel partners, besides also actively involving our embassies abroad, along with which we get the support from the DA and the defense attaches and the embassies abroad to see that the market potential of those countries is getting fully exploited. Now, with these sort of initiatives being taken by the company, the leads have also started coming, and the leads are quite interesting. We have got leads from the various regions. As you know that we have got the leads from Argentina, we have got the leads from Egypt, we have got certain leads from Nigeria, Philippines, and then of course in Malaysia, even though the LCA Tejas could not make it, but there are other interests which are being shown. So which would mean that all these export potential, all these leads will get converted into business contract in the near future, and we are hopeful that we will be able to contribute substantially through our exports revenue. Our overall revenue, we will be able to substantially bring in our exports also as part of our revenue profile. We expect at least 10% of our total revenue in the next 3 to 5 year time frame to be generated from our from our exports. And we are confident that today, while we are trying to focus on the indigenous industry with our initiatives in the export market also is going to contribute in a big way to the company's future revenue growth.
The export business gives you better margins?
Can I get you the question?
I said export business, sir, gives you better margins?
Yeah, to start with, we would like to see that export we don't see from the margins perspective, but we will slowly, after once we get established, as you know, that margins will always, we will generate margins from our subsequent repair and overall activities which are there. But we wanted to just have a foothold in all of these regions. So we are not initially to start with, we wanted to have a foothold in the export market rather than looking at the margins at present.
Okay, thank you very, very much, sir, for joining us. It's such a pleasure to talk to you, and we hopefully can catch up in a longer format conversation with you sometime soon. But good luck and congratulations once again. It's been phenomenal. We wish you all the luck going ahead.